Okay, recording happening locally. I'll see if I upload it. Depends on how big streamer is. Yeah, across, I think I agree. Okay, what next? Let's figure this thing out first, because this will be a stream of maybe 1 hour. I mainly want to do this. Maybe I will go back to this setup. Oh, one more thing here is Windows Geany / VS Code setup. That too. Okay. A year ago, or maybe like 3 years ago, I used some tool to highlight Twitch messages. Maybe first OBS show Twitch chat. So there is a way to just display the full chat. You can open the browser captured any chat. So there is this. There was an option here. Pop out chat. Okay, so first thing is I can display that. If I zoom in, then that's already reasonable. You can read that. It also zooms in Twitch. Restream, I'm not using Restream today. Today I wanted it to be as simple as possible. No YouTube today. Maybe starting from tomorrow I will be back using Restream, so that on YouTube it would be saved automatically. If I decide to do it, then I guess still only Twitch chat will be available. At least historically I didn't like YouTube chat. Too much spam and maybe too many people that I do not recognize from handles. How am I? I'm fine. I can talk about it more today. Problem solving skill. I mean, you know, you can practice. I wonder if the command still works. Practice. Not practice. Practice. Yep. So we have the command still working. You can read here. Oh, you need to learn algorithms, practice problem solving. All right, now I want this. I don't know if question mark is necessary. Recto. Okay, it redirects to this thing. Now in OBS, what do I want? Browser, Twitch chat, and the URL will be this. How do I interact with that? Does it help if I use this instead? Okay. And not OBS browser. Close cookies or accept cookies. Right click on the source and interact. Okay, great. There is an option for that. I want to accept and I want to close this. Great. One more thing is I can increase the font. No, it doesn't let me zoom in. I mean, I can physically increase this. Okay, that's let's say the first thing we have. But I want to make it transparent, and there was an option for that. OBS import Twitch chat. Maybe chat overlay is better name. OBS Twitch chat overlay. Do I use Streamlabs? What is this? Stream Elements. Let me log in. One more thing for today is that I finally have a 3-monitor setup, so, and you will not see it, for you it won't be a difference, but I need to use it properly. What you're seeing is my middle monitor. Okay. Stream Elements. Overlays. I want the chat. Okay. Show messages permanently, let's say no. Fade after 30 seconds, sure. Messages delayed by 2 seconds? Why? Not sure. Enter username to what? To do what? To IG Instagram? No. Okay, now I'm, let's say, happy with this. Copy the link. Save. Not exactly what I wanted. Testing. Well, it works. I don't want the this to be forever. I mean, I want it to be transparent. Here we are lucky because the color seems to be very close to the OneNote color. So this tool. Here, you see this background is almost the same, right? Surprising. It's just a shade off. Thanks to your streams, I landed a job at Google. I'm very impressed. Congrats. I'm guessing that my streams weren't that important in your path to that. I think it's still mostly your work, but if it's at least 1%, thanks to me, great, you're welcome. Is it okay to check the solution of a problem? Yes, only after some time. When you're stuck, if you don't have new ideas, you're stuck, then it's okay to check the solution. Perfectly, you should read the beginning of a solution, so just few sentences from the editorial, and when you see a new idea that you have not investigated yet, then think without the editorial from now on until you're stuck again. Do not read the whole thing. All right. Also, I want the highlight. Highlight or display single Twitch message. Some people just make their actual screen disjoint from your cam chat section. Oh yeah, I understand that. During my streams, actually what is on the screen is the most important thing. I do not want to decrease it. I understand that what we can do is we can do this thing and, you know, make a nice overlay around it, but it's okay if the community aspect of the stream is very important. But here, what you're seeing on the screen is very important, and I don't want to decrease the quality. I understand that the quality of the stream here is not that important as long as you can clearly read the text. But maybe depending on what screen you're watching on, decreasing the window by 10% actually will mess up the font by more than 10%. You know? The resizing isn't that perfect. Ryan says, it's been a long time since I did competitive programming. Yeah. Hi, Pelterator. Are you still doing something on YouTube, for example? Oh yeah, you still do. Streamed 4 weeks ago. FFT basic lecture. It's funny that basic lecture is 3 hours long. But wait, is that the only recent thing? Oh yeah. So did you go back to this a month ago? Just recently had a couple of streams for the first time in 2 years. Nice. You beat me in terms of the break before the new stream. Cool. Okay, highlight single chat message on the screen. Also, I want to display things, at least for now, for more than 30 seconds. So settings, message fade after, say for now, 1 minute. Save. I hope the link did not change. Okay. Featured.chat. Thank you, Will back. Yeah, this is what I used in the past. Okay, that's fine for now. So let's say this is partially done. We don't have highlight, we have a display of chat. For now it's not transparent. It's okay as long as the OneNote is on the right. Next, let's run Linux. When I'm solving problem in contest, do you consciously try to identify the problem's category or paradigm up front? Like this, the piece, like, and so on. It happens subconsciously by this. It's not that I make a sentence in my mind that this might be 2 pointers. You know, it's just like, let's say, let's think about something easy in math. If I tell you to compute, let's say, I don't know, let's say 17 plus 18. I think what we are usually doing in our heads is that we are separately computing 7 plus 8, that's 15, and plus 10 plus 10, right? And you add this up. So you will get like 20 plus 15, that's 35. But we are not, I think when you're good at math, you don't really think those sentences one after another. It's more like it just happens in your brain, right? So when I see this, very quickly in my head, it will become 35. And I know the single steps that happen, but they happen so quickly that it's not that I think about them. Hi, Crazy. And Coris. Yeah, everybody's blue, red, green. Yeah, that's funny part about this chat thing. Okay, I want my face to be always on the top, let's say. Oops. So if I do this, I want camera to be on the top. Okay, that works. Okay. Oh, of course, now it's ugly. We will improve this. All right, now Linux. As I said at the beginning, this is a quite fresh install of Linux Ubuntu on virtual machine. This is Ubuntu 24. The only thing I did is several hours of work to make something called hyper virtualization off. You're not seeing it right now. In bottom right corner, very small, you can see a blue V shape just in the bottom right corner. If you instead see a green turtle, it means that the virtual machine uses different kind of virtualization. So the CPU, I think, is not used efficiently. There is some kind of emulation layer, and it took me several hours to change it in Windows settings. It was like really crazy. The instructions are difficult. I'm happy that I managed to achieve that. Before that, the Linux was very laggy. Now, what we need to fix first thing is the resolution. Is this frozen? What did I do? Don't tell me that I messed something up. What were you doing these days? I moved apartments 3 months ago. I got a dog. I play volleyball. I play a lot of volleyball this past year. If you do custom in Stream Elements dim, it seems transparent. Okay, we'll check that. Okay, now it works. Display here. Displays. So resolution. I don't see the 2000 something by 1440. So we will need to fix that. Let's first use what Gupta said. So here, what I want. Opacity? No. Custom. Background color. Okay, so background color here is transparent, save. And now, can you try the chat now? I think we will see the white text. Save. Text settings. And now we don't see anything. Save. Let me type something. Test 1. Doesn't seem to work. Test 2. For a moment, let's show messages permanently. Sure. Save. The size. So you think the size was 0? Dark chat. Test 6. Well, now I don't see anything even back to the dark chat setting. Test 7. Okay, now it works. So, and what if I get back to custom? Here, let's use something for a moment red. It will be easier to see. Preview, copy, move here, hide data, test 8. Okay, well, I see it here, though it's not really transparent. Now if I copy this here, test 9. That's some strange behavior. It seemed that after I started messing up with the settings here, the messages are not displayed at all in OBS. But wait, if I open the same thing in my browser, test 10, it is displayed. So something is wrong with OBS settings. Well, let's just remove it. Remove, yes. Here I want to leave. Delete. New overlay. Sure. Add. What did I add? Your screenshot. Right. Now, there is this thing, test 11. Save. Twitch. One moment. Okay, Twitch chat V2. Make sure you do not share this link with people you don't trust. It's good that I'm not sharing this with anybody. Test 12. Then I want to add browser thingy. Okay. And for some reason, in OBS, now it doesn't display anything. Why? Maybe because it doesn't refresh? But it did work. Refresh cache of current page, sure. Refresh browser when scene becomes active. I mean, I have those settings. Local file, no. Gupta, it's all your fault. You suggested to fix things with the custom and it stopped working. Computers are stupid. Okay, let's turn it off for now and get back to fixing Linux. All right, now there is an option. Let's see, Ubuntu virtual machine, get other resolution. The issue here is that the resolution of my monitor is not displayed in the list. So when I tried displays here in this drop down menu, there isn't the 2000, I think 560 by 1440. I think that's what I want. It's not here. Yeah, sure. I used something else in the past. My virtual machine name. I remember that something else worked for me in the past, so I will try to find the same thing. Do some resolutions not available, not showing. Software and updates. Additional drivers. Okay, extrand. This is what I did use in the past. Extrand. Do we have here Wake? This is not what I want. I want, let's say this. Wake, please. No. Wake is that terminal that you can open full screen with the F12 button. Doesn't work. I can minimize, but I cannot maximize. So F12, well, it's hijacked by something else. Doesn't open with F12. This is Fedora. Scroll to the bottom and click plus. I don't see a plus. F12 Wake. Wake toggle. Add. Okay, works now. So F12 button is completely overwritten. Now it should be that from any window I can click it. So I will not be able to open the thing on the right in Chrome, for example. F12 by default does that. Okay, where was that xrandr thing? Here. Xrandr. Okay, I'm interested in 1440p resolution. 2560 by 1440. Xrandr output. I'm not sure if this is the. I think my monitor is connected with what's the display port, not with HDMI, but we'll see. Primary mode 2560 by 1440, resolution 60 is okay. I mean the refresh rate. Okay, HDMI 1 bad. Let's try virtual one. Cannot find the mode. But I want, I think, to add something to xrandr. Xrandr add resolution. Let's say custom resolution. CVT. This 60. Again, gives me a long line. Now I want xrandr, new mode, the name. No. Plus vsync. So I just copy all of this. Xrandr, add mode, virtual one, and I copy this. Let's check. displays 1600. Did I make a typo? It was supposed to be, no, it's just different. I don't see it. Let's see X-Render. Still not here. Let's list monitors. One more thing is maybe in the virtual machine settings we are limited. Display. I don't see an option to choose here. Resolution. Well, and it sees the height of 1440, so it's not that I'm limited to 1080. Doesn't modern Ubuntu use Wayland? Maybe you need WL render. I don't know. I know that I used X-Render in the past. Something froze. I don't like it. Okay, unfroze. X-Render versus this. I will still try with the X-Render. If it doesn't work, then I will make the suggestion from Ocras. No. What about this? Failed to change the screen configuration. Oh wait, it was here at the end. When I run X-Render, at the end of my list there is this. Okay, that's something. Integer parameter out of range. It seems that I don't see a possible width greater than 1920. And this will, I think, match this place with the list that I'm seeing here. No, it allows me to go 2560. Let's restart the machine and see if that changes something. By the way, I'm sorry that the stream is, slow in terms of content. It's just some boring stuff that I need to set up. But if you have some questions to me, I can talk while I do this boring stuff. Why can't you change it in the settings? Do you need to use X-Render? So in the settings of display, I don't see the resolution, the full resolution of my monitor. I want the 1440p and it's not there. There are similar resolutions available, but not this one. So as you can see, there are black bars on the sides. I also see them on my monitor. My monitor is standard 16:9 ratio. Displays. And here we are missing the 2560 by 1440. It's not here. So for now I chose this thing. Right. Are you planning some new type of streams as well as or similar to previous ones? Yeah, I think similar to previous ones. I want to get back to solving problems from Codeforces and similar websites. I can show you my dog who is now doing something very cute in the corridor. You will not see him? Nope. No, you will see part of the dog. Maybe he will later come close. Are we ever getting another Portal stream? Maybe Portal 2 eventually. So now Xrand forgot about that thing we did earlier. So I need to do the steps again. CVT this by that much 60. Okay, we got this. Xrand new mode paste. Nope, Xrand new mode this. Okay, Xrand. Well, it is here. No, Xrand new mode. Copy paste the name. No, new mode already happened. Now Xrand add mode. Okay, didn't complain. So should I see it now? Displays. Still not. But there should also be a command to do it from terminal. Here. Failed to change. What if I added the name? Why? What if I use something else? Like, what is 720p? 1280 by 720. It didn't complain, but the resolution did not change really. Big dock, yes, it's a very big dock. Setting normal resolution in virtual machines are so annoying. I agree, but I need to do it only once for a new machine. The previous desktop I had for 5 years, I went through some pain at the beginning and then it worked. Now it's the same thing. As a competitive programmer, what do you think about... let me show the chat for a moment on the screen. As a competitive programmer, what do you think about the big tech companies ask LeetCode-like questions in their interviews? Do you think it's a good way to assess a person's abilities? It's not the best, but it's easily scalable. It's easy to compare people with each other, so it's something. It's not perfect, not at all. It feels like it's running Wayland, and you're changing the resolution in X Wayland, proxy between that. Okay, let's try then. Wayland, add new resolution. And that's in Ubuntu. Here Wayland seems to be name of a monitor. Is this GNOME? This is VirtualBox with Linux Ubuntu. How was your experience teaching at Harvard Space? It was perfectly fine. I mean, the level of students varied from year to year. There was a year when I had a very strong group. There were a lot of people who were reasonable at algo and competitive programming, and there were people who were excellent, like not worse than me. And there was a year when the level was so much lower. I actually couldn't use the curriculum from the previous year. AI in competitive programming, complicated thing. I think only on-site competitions will remain eventually. Echo Wayland display, yeah, sure. Wayland 0. So should I do the things from before by using Wayland 0? No. When I did new mode, I didn't specify Wayland or anything else. Xrand will not work with Wayland. Well, let's try. Name cannot be longer than this. I don't understand those characters exactly here. Name cannot be longer than 12 characters. This is too long. Stupid thing. Okay, see, so there was this. Now I guess xrun new mode, and I'm going to copy this, but with a shorter name. I hope that this is just a name. I made a typo, right? No. What's wrong? Test. So this works, but this doesn't. Is that because of the mode line? All right. xrun. Now I see this. Now back to the thing that told me that I'm using too long of a name. So let's try this. Okay. Computed ratio 16:9 wrote this. I don't know if that's good. This is so complicated. Quotes around mode line text. You forgot quotes. I mean, here I put quotes. So what they used first is this. I think they used single quotes, right? Where is it? Here, yeah. I changed it to double quotes because something didn't work. Yeah, same thing. Okay, never mind. Yes, sorry. Sometimes, of course, I see a message in the chat after a few minutes. This will never work under Wayland. All this is for XOR configuration unless you have that running by default on latest Ubuntu GNOME is Wayland. Ask ChatGPT. Oh, you know what? At the beginning, I wrote a few things of what I want to do, maybe mainly today. But my goal for the next days, or maybe weeks, is start using, let's say, ChatGPT or something similar to actually help me work more efficiently. Maybe I will buy the paid version as well. We'll see. But I want to do this. Maybe in particular today I will try. There is a different way for custom resolution on Wayland. So Raven Master, do you have a link for what I should follow? I will make sure if magically we don't already achieve the resolution. Nope. There is no official way to add resolutions, but there might be a roller canal. Hang on a second, I'll check. Okay, thank you. Let's see. Also, it seems that I'm not able to copy paste between the guest and host machine, even though I thought that in the settings, shared clipboard bidirectional. Why are virtual machines so ugly? Have a nice day, you too, Agoric. Okay, now what is the easiest thing for me? Let's do this. Right now, because I'm not able to copy paste easily, I'm opening the chat just so I could get the link. But I need to figure out another way to do it. Okay. Using Twitch chat to copy paste something between your two machines, that's the most efficient thing out there. Well, let's see. Okay, we have 8 virtual things, a card. This will return a list of all your graphics cards and the ports they have. You want to look for card 0. Card 0 HDMI. I don't really have that. I have card 0 and then virtual 1 and a lot of other things. Okay, I will assume that virtual 1 is what I'm looking at. So here we want card 0, virtual 1. There is a list of resolutions. And it seems that it matches what I saw available. So this is good. Make note of this port name. Port name was virtual 1. Refreshed rates, I don't care. I mean, as long as it's 6, I would survive for now with 30. Though it would be annoying. Open the grab configuration file. Where is that? let's try this. Maybe not cut. Yeah, thank you, Ravin Master. You know, it's a good article if the author admits to using a CRT monitor in 2021. Yeah, I guess. All right, we have this. Look for that value. Uh-oh, it's not here. It's not a long file. Do not edit this file. Was it at the top? Do not edit this file. It is automatically generated. Well, it's just a comment. CMD line. This is not here. So should I just add this line at the end? Open up the grab configuration file and look for this value. Your particular setup might already have a few things there or not. Have you tried the VM display settings? I didn't see anything there that would limit me. I mean, there is display, remote display. I will in a moment close this. Okay, let's. What do we have? This. But I see a lot of possible resolutions available, and I see a big enough width and big enough height, just not the combination of them. So it's hard for me to imagine what would need to happen in VirtualBox. It's not that VirtualBox ever displays a list of possible resolutions for me. But once once this closes, we will look at VirtualBox settings together. I see a funny message from Karu120. Łatwiej trafić szóstkę niż w totka niż na mój stream. It's easier to hit like a jackpot in a lottery than to see my stream. Limit for 2025 is used. I think, you know, I'm going to stream also tomorrow, but will that happen? But is this comment true? Well, depends. For you personally, it is more difficult to hit a jackpot in a lottery, but for anybody out there, it is easier. Almost every day there is a person who will hit a jackpot, but most days there is no person who will see my stream live. Okay, so settings, display. For screen, I'm using, well, there is graphics controller, but if I recall correctly, I cannot even change it. It will not allow me to start. Recording, I don't care. Remote display is grayed out. I don't think there is anything else that would affect the resolution. Also, in general, shared clipboard is bidirectional. I thought that this would allow me to copy paste. I used to be able to do that on the previous machine. In general, the IT job it can be so annoying. I mean, it really can be a torture. Not really, but figuratively. Yesterday and today in the morning, I spent like 5 hours fixing some virtualization thing with virtual machines so it would work fast. I needed to turn off virtual-based security on Windows, and that's a pain in the ass. I succeeded, so now Linux runs fast. It's not laggy. Okay, so back to this. Do I have guest additions installed? I remember I needed to do this on the previous machine. What was guest additions? Oh, I need to do it to allow the copy pasting, right? Okay, I want to do this. So let's turn this off. Disable virtual-based security on Windows. Yeah, it's so ugly. What I needed to do, let's say this. Yeah, I needed to play around with Windows features, and that wasn't enough. I needed to go for a lot of things in the registry. Let's try to find this. VirtualBox, get rid of green turtle. Maybe this. Yeah. A lot of registries, a lot of scripts. So this virtualization thing, it has such a property that there are a lot of things on Windows, such that if at least one of them is on, it will turn on this virtualization thing by default. So there are a lot of things that automatically imply the existence of that virtualization thing. So you need to turn off all those things that would turn it out automatically, and only then you will be able to turn it off. And to find all those things, there isn't a complete list for that. You need to keep Googling and trying to find, is this on? Is this on? And it even depends on your processor. This virtualization thing is slightly different, and the names of the names of, let's say, registries, or the names of those things are slightly different for AMD versus Intel. Yeah, IT is bad. Printers are stupid. Drivers are stupid. I don't like computers. Now, why is it turning off for so long? What was I doing? Okay. Guest additions for Linux. What is the version of my VirtualBox? Seven one ten. 7.1. There isn't 7.1.10 here. There is 7.1.0. So when you disable them, like, can you check? So the good thing is I didn't need to turn on the virtual machine every time when I played around with those settings. What I wanted to achieve is in system information on Windows, I wanted to see that this virtualization based security is not enabled. I knew that this is what I need to achieve. Also, from time to time, by the way, I would turn on again the virtual machine to see that Linux is still laggy. And it was really laggy, like things took, let's say, opening Chrome took 4 seconds instead of half a second. It was annoying. I dealt with the same issue on the previous machine, so on the previous PC, but it was easier to fix it back then. Maybe it was different because of a different Windows version, 10 instead of 11. Maybe it was because of different processor, some old Intel instead of new AMD, I don't know. But here it was ugly. And eventually, when I managed to turn it off and I rebooted my computer, by the way, there was a suggestion that I should plug it off from the power outlet, wait for 20 seconds, plug it back in. And when I when I indeed managed to get this from enabled to disabled, I would turn on my computer again. It asked me, there was dark background, I mean black background, and in white font it asked me, are you sure you want to turn off virtualization based security on Windows? Yes, I'm sure. And after that, it told me to change my PIN for Windows. It was the first time I saw something like that happening. It was a little bit scary. Maybe now my machine is easier to hack. Maybe what I'm showing you right now on my screen is confidential. I hope not. Okay, guest additions. I can insert. I saw in VirtualBox menu. So I need to say add. When I'm running Ubuntu. Okay. Even if here I don't see what I'm looking for, I just want to see what settings I have available. There is display. Maximum guest screen size. What if I change this in a moment? None? Maybe that will help. Invalid settings. Oh, I cannot confirm without fixing that issue. Okay, then discard. So that was settings. I found the button. 1 second before I saw Okra's message, the insert guest additions, I saw this. Clicking it does nothing, also on my secondary monitor. Oh, now something happens. It should open browser, so let's wait, maybe it will happen. I'm just checking if things are working. Okay. Please install this and that. Recursive recto. I didn't even notice. Okay. It would be funny if doing this extra thing, if it fixed the display issue. It did not. Okay, now get it. Can I copy stuff? What's that? What if I here type something and I try to copy to Windows? Didn't work. Maybe I need to restart. What's happening? How? Does it magically work now? The resolution, I mean? Oh! How? And why? Why does it work? Was it a combination of things I did, like a sequence? So in particular, I went full screen. Did at the proper moment, did that help? Did the guest additions help? Why? I'm happy. I shouldn't complain, but okay. This is from Linux. This is from Linux. Okay, it works. I wonder if so copying works between systems. Now, it used to be a case that I couldn't copy the link name from Chrome outside to Windows. Oh, I can do it. This used to be so-called rich text. So when I copy this, it's not exactly text. It's not just a sequence of characters. It's something more with formatting. And because of that, I could not copy it. I would need to copy this to some text editor, and then only then I could copy to Windows. But here it works. Okay, now if I power it off and I turn it back on. It's great that I'm recording all of this, because in 5 years, when I again change my PC, I will be able to recreate my steps, and that will be 80 minutes of clicking the same things, hoping that the same thing will happen eventually. Let me close this. VirtualBox, start. Wonder if still will be working after reboot. I'm wondering too. Okay. I went not full screen, back to full screen, and it worked. Now I wonder if I just needed to wait. So now, again, power off the virtual machine. Check also settings menu if it automatically adjusts the size. Maybe we'll see. No, I don't know why it's so slow, but okay, start. I should have also closed this, but okay, whatever. Okay, full screen, and I'm not clicking anything. I'm waiting. Let's wait. Okay, it seems full screen. And now automatically or not? I will wait for half a minute more, but it seems I need to Control F that to go out of the full screen. And no, I'm guessing that if I just hit display, I will not even see the available one. No, it is here. So something did change. Strange. Okay, but and then I could here, I could change this to that thing, but also I can go Control F, wait, nothing happens. I did not click again. So when I went Control F and waited for 5 to 10 seconds, it adjusted the size. Now, is it something in settings, preferences, display? Not here. Settings, display. And just to make sure, now if I see displays on Linux, so this adjusted to the size that it has, which is, it excluded the top bar, the bar that says Ubuntu 24 running Oracle VirtualBox, and the bottom side. Now if I Control F from this to go full screen, it adjusted automatically to this. Okay, so the sequence of steps, let's verify that. I have two possibilities for what to do, I think. View auto adjust size. I will click. I don't like how much time this takes sometimes. Okay. VirtualBox start. It's strange that right now it is full screen and there are no black bars on the sides. Can I now go into settings? Not sure. Okay, so now I don't see the view button, so now I will not access it, but if I hit, okay, I now have two possibilities. I could Control F to exit full screen, and then it will automatically adjust to get rid of the bars on the sides. Alternatively, I can go Displays, and it is available now. Apply, done. Now I wonder if I can have a terminal command that does it automatically, and if so, I will add it to startup. So Ubuntu terminal command to change resolution. They suggest extrand. So is it the case that extrand will do nothing for us? It did change stuff, right? I think it messed up the font here, so maybe we're looking at the small thing. No. But I was sure that it did refresh something. Try restarting again after you apply that setting. I think the setting will not be saved. I think. Okay, view, adjust window size. Auto resize. I clicked those two things, they did nothing. Also there is host A button. I can remember that. It did nothing right now. Right now I did something so that I see the bars at the top and at the bottom, so I don't want that. Now it's good. Okay, I run this command. I think nothing will change, but if I reboot, but let's see. Hello, Mayat. Is there a new wave of CP streams soon? Yes, I think so. I do not promise, but I genuinely think so. Why does it take so long now? Okay, once this is done, what should we do next? So, well, this we did. There is also some OneNote setup that I want to do. Maybe let's separate Linux setup and Geany setup. Can I cross it out? Let's say done. I think we can set up Genie, that will be easy. Okay, this froze, so I'm just going to Hit again power of the machine, and it seems to just kill it because it happens immediately. Just in case, close, VirtualBox, start. When you press escape, it should show what is taking so much time. Okay, I will next time, thanks. Full screen. I now didn't need to do anything. Well, I went full screen. Power off, power off. Now, why did it close so fast? Start. It remembered the setting. Apparently. Okay, things do work. I think I will want to hide this this row from the bottom. I don't think I need it. I remember the keyboard command of right Control F. So what? Let's set up the Geany. Geany. Do we have no, not Gwake, G++ version, GCC version, Python version. Python is there. I can later set alias from Python to Python 3. All right, we want Geany. Do I want to install it this way or here will be okay. Genie. Why is there no icon? There is one now. Next. GitHub. Wiki. Linux Geany Setup. What do we want? Open preferences. This is my own instruction that I made in 2021. I'm going to just follow it. Open preferences in key bindings. I remember that it was close to the bottom. We want editor to be F1. No, I didn't want to open help. F1. Change F1. Override. Okay. Next. Terminal, we want F2. In terminal tab, follow path of the current file. In general, miscellaneous, I don't want beep on errors. Editor, single space. I don't want line breaking column. Display, don't stop scrolling, and long line marker do not enable. Okay, apply. In view, I also want to unclick something. View. Hide toolbar and sidebar. Open any C++ file. Let's call this a.cpp. You don't need to type the full program to do the settings. G++ not found. Okay. Sudo apt install G++. Geany doesn't have a config file. I do not know. Maybe it does. If so, I wouldn't need to go do those steps. That being said, sometimes I need to do through those steps without having access to any file, and that is in some on-site competition where I don't use my own machine. So once every several months, I do need to follow those steps given some machine on an on-site competition. And then I'm very happy that I once wrote this down. Just before a competition, I would go through this, memorize most of it, and I would reconstruct the steps. G++ version 13. I don't know if that's good or not. All right, so now it will compile. std C++. Okay, and I can run, good. Build set build commands. Drag and drop operation failed. Not supported by guest. What you've just seen, when I do this and I go outside of the window, my mouse moved to the second monitor and it says I cannot drag and drop. I will figure this out later. Okay. C++ 17, I guess we can do C++ newer, like 23. Is there C++ 23? I hope. And then there is this. One more thing that I add to it is the local for my debugging tools. Also, undefined and address can be written just after a comma. So sanitize equals address comma undefined. Okay. Now F9, F8. Okay, it uses different command. Great. I can run. Open this. Bash rc. I don't remember if sudo is needed. Find force color and do the yes. Add a line. 2 GB will be okay. I think so. So change the stack limit to 2 GB. Restart Geany. And now we have a colorful terminal. Before that, everything was here in white. What else? Quake I already do have. I did that at the beginning. In system settings. Settings. I think the Quake auto starts, so I don't need to do it. Okay. Auto hide the dog. Appearance? Dog. Okay, auto hide the dog. It is on the left. Maybe I want to move it down or top. Sure. Oh, interesting. I can show it on different monitor if I set it up. Position on screen left. Let's leave it left. Okay. I don't know why it doesn't hide now. Okay, it does hide now. C++ 23 is even on code forces. Then I will use it. Lidgy, glad you're back to streaming. I'm happy that you're happy. Next, download Monokai theme from here. Maybe it's already there by default. Change color scheme. Oh, this already changed something. Okay, I want to download Monokai. Where do I save it? I will leave the comment color. Where to save Geany, not config, scheme, color scheme. Config Geany color schemes. By the way, there exists something called Geany conf. So it's a file out there, though there are other files as well, like key bindings, which means that what I could do is copy the whole folder, but that also might depend on the version of Geany maybe. So I think I'm happy enough with my instructions. Okay, where do I save? To color schemes. Color schemes. So I want this. Okay, save. I wonder if it should be txt. Okay, it's in downloads. Move from downloads. Do you see it even? No, you don't. My face is hiding it. Move from downloads to here. Okay, view, change color scheme, Monokai. Done. Okay. I also want bigger font. I mean, I could zoom in and zoom out, but what is better is the font change. Maybe it is here. There is some fix if there is an issue. Test lib, I'm going to do it in a moment. Okay, preferences. Editor. Where will I find the font size? Change font. Okay. I don't claim that such a big font size is good for coding, but a lot of coding that I do is for educational purposes. So I want you to see it clearly, even if you don't have it full screen, even if you're watching on your phone, stuff like that. The terminal font also should be bigger. Let's say 15. If needed, I will change. Maybe this is too big. Preferences 40. So what did I use? 70. Let's test something. If def local debug of x, print name of x is equal to x, new line, else debug of x do nothing, and if x is 5, y is 17, hello is the sum, debug of hello. What? Isn't this how you use the name of something? C++ tray hash. using define. Oh, define, of course. Thank you. That was supposed to be define. If I now run, I see hello 22. Can I also change the size here? I mean, I can again zoom in and out, but that will not be saved. Hi, Donut Master. Okay, maybe later. So I have this, close. If I now run with different compilation flag, there is some warning, sure, and nothing is displayed. Great. Do I have W all? Yes, I do. I think it's good to modify this. Am I logged in? I'm not. I'm going to hide my screen for a moment. Also, it might be a good idea to add some text. Doing something private, or maybe hiding screen. Hiding screen. Okay, so now if I... No, not here. Now if I hide my screen, you will see this message. To show that it's not a mistake, I'm doing something on purpose. I want to log into my GitHub. There's two-factor authentication. Okay. Show it back. What I want to do is edit this page, and when I talked about monokai, save to, and where did I save it? Color schemes. Save to. The folder. I will copy this. Optionally change comment color to this. Then apply the color scheme in view, change color scheme, save page. I mean, if I follow my own instructions and there is a point where I don't know what to do, it means that the instructions were not clear enough. Download Monokai theme from here, save it to here. Optionally change the comment color. Yeah, even when I read my own English from a few years ago, I sometimes add or change words. Then apply the color scheme in view, change color scheme. Okay, I think it's good enough. We'll see if the underscores disappear. If so, I will eventually change it. What is next? Well, I also did something else to make the F12 button work. Update after this. Why do I need to install something? Is this version of Python here? I should change bash rc to bash rc or zs. So when do we use zshrc? Depends on the Linux OS if it's either this or that. Do I specify that it's for Ubuntu? I mean, I don't know what other things might go wrong with Ubuntu, so maybe let's leave it like this. If somebody uses another distro, then they will figure it out. Will you start coding problems from today or tomorrow? Tomorrow. Link to setup guide I'm using. I mean, you can in particular use this link, and on the right just choose Linux and Geany Setup. I can also give you a link directly. It's this. If you search for GitHub Ericto, you will find it on the wiki tab. Okay, so what steps did I do to make F12 work? I added keyboard shortcuts. Where is that? Wake. I did not do this. I think what I did is in preferences, start Wake at login. Anybody remembers if it was on by default or did I need to click it? Also, how do you open Wake preferences if you don't have that? Okay. Can I also in terminal type Wake? Yes, I can. Open Wake with command Wake, right click, how do I want to convey that you can right click here? Right click after opening, hit preferences, and then mark, what do we mark? Start Wake at login. Okay, and then there was keyboard shortcut thing. In settings keyboard, in system settings, the keyboard shortcuts. I don't know if it was uppercase. Yes, it was. Add a new one at the bottom and run command Wake toggle with F12. Add a new shortcut at the very bottom. Command Wake toggle, right? Yes. Wake toggle, button F12. Open settings and auto hide, sure. Okay. Where is the stuff that I've just added? Okay, it's here. I needed to refresh. Control F5 helped. Okay, open Wake with this command. Right click after opening, hit preferences, mark this. What? No, this I should remove. Activities. Oops. Open Wake, hit in system settings, keyboard shortcuts, add a new shortcut at the very bottom, command Wake toggle, button F12. Okay. How to hide the dock, I did that, Monokai theme, save it to here, apply the color scheme here. If underscores, grab test lib, I want to do it. I'm going to sometimes problem set using this machine. So what I want to do is download this, move to user local, not Geany, local include, move from downloads the test lib here, open it, at the end, at the beginning of this. So the test lib library, it's used to create problems. It's a library to create tests for problems and other files like validators and interactors, but it is written with bugs that trigger, not really bugs, it yields a lot of warnings that my flags will catch, and to avoid that I need to run some pragma to avoid those warnings here. Okay, now if I manage to do it correctly, what I should be able to do now from any place is include test lib. Nope, that doesn't work. Make sure started login is toggled on. Yeah, that's some better wording. Where was that? Hit preferences. That's good enough. Is it a new laptop with a new Ubuntu? Yes, that's a new desktop with a new Windows and new virtual machine with Ubuntu. Right click inside terminal window and click on preferences. Okay. Right click inside. I like this wording better. Bro, you can use cursor to solve this. But what was that about? It was about me opening Wake here in the top right. I prefer a button. Okay, now why test lib is not here? Wait, I didn't move? What did I do? I moved test lib to color schemes in Genie. Yeah, great. I think I don't want that there. test lib. I want to move to user, what was that? Local input. Sudo. Okay, it's here. Okay, great. Now the testlib.h library is available from everywhere on my machine. Oh, is that everything? I want the Python alias. Ubuntu Python free alias. System-wide package. That's interesting. I think I prefer an alias. I'm going to add it to bash rc. How do I run this? Is this the way? Okay. Python now runs Python 3. Before it did not do it. I think such an alias is fine. I'm going to add it to my list. You limit add optionally add a line alias Python equals Python 3. Do I want to explain it here? It's fine. Okay. Where is that stuff about Python here? Save. In the same file, add a line this. Optionally add a line alias Python is Python 3, restart Genie. Run this. Actually, restarting Genie will not apply the alias, I think. But you can run this. Okay, let's ignore that. I'm supposed to ban somebody. Let me see. Please ban. I don't see his messages. Also, I assume he's muted or just speaking very low. Yeah, I'm not muted. Is this the was that the situation for the whole stream? That my sound was too low? Hi, Kostka. Okay, so let's see. This is also done. I want to have also C++ on Windows. In OBS, do I want to do something else in OBS? Well, the chat thing. OneNote setup. There is one thing that I want to do in OneNote. What was that? Let's do it now, maybe. Let's see. I want some key bindings. I think I will do it and then I will finish the stream. It's already more than 2 hours. Maybe I can add here. Raise the volume in some way. I think I need to open Twitch because I don't see any comments from that guy. Show chat. Do you still see his comments in the chat? Or I don't. So maybe there is some old mod here and they already banned them. Okay, I'm going to then ignore this. OneNote. So I should be able to draw. Now I want Control 1, Control 2, and so on to change between colors. Right now I cannot do that. Is this black? What is this color? Oh, this is making text. I don't want it. I want to erase that. No. Stupid OneNote. Okay, anyway. So we have this. That I also want to add light green. Pen. Dark green. Dark green. It's too dark. More colors. More colors. Lighter. Okay, good enough. Here we go. What order? I think I always had blue first, and then was it green or red? I think it maybe was like that. And yellow. Yellow is also something I want. More colors. Yellow. Okay. Yellow can be here. Options. How do I set key bindings in OneNote? No customize keyboard option. I had that on the previous machine. Customize ribbon. Let's find customize ribbon. Not enough. Maybe I used some external tool for that. Wait, I'm using OneNote on Linux. There is no better note taking up. I'm using it on Windows. What you're seeing here, this is a virtual machine. Okay, so this thing actually it's a virtual machine. So when you see OneNote, cancel. Okay, OneNote is next to it. It's not inside of Linux. This OneNote inside of Windows, this is virtual machine inside of Windows with Linux inside. That's how I can use OneNote, even though you see me using Linux. Okay, let's now go full screen here and back to OneNote. Key bindings, keyboard shortcuts. Copy selected text you can do with Control C. Thank you. Custom key bindings, customize keyboard shortcuts. I mean, there is a list here. But I want to change it, and it was possible. In this version of OneNote, I think it is possible. But how? One more possibility is that I did it somehow using the drawing tablet software. On-screen shortcuts. I think that what I did here is that this button just does Control-1 or something like that. So in OneNote I set it up. Modify tool. No. Add gallery to quick access toolbar. Let's Google some more. I don't believe this guy. Try auto hotkey. What is that? I don't recall using this, so I managed to do it, I think, without extra tools. So this is from 8 years ago. Maybe I need something newer. My dog doesn't like when something is happening outside. Okay, that's some possibility. People are saying that you can use this. What shortcut are you trying to create? What I want to happen, and I did manage to achieve that on the previous machine, is Control-1, Control-2, Control-3, 4 would change the color of the pen here. So even if I'm full screen and I don't see it. So right now, I'm drawing in white. I hit Control-2 on my keyboard. I want to draw in blue. Right now, the possibility to do it is hit here, blue. Now we're done. There should also be an option. I remember that there should be an option to see the ribbon here. Oh, okay. So that's something. That's a little bit better. right? I can say ABC, change to blue. This is already very good. I will survive with this if needed. Maybe Alt, no, Alt 1, Alt 2, Alt 3, Alt 4, no. Alt D, G. This so far I did that with keyboard. Okay, so can I do Alt G? But maybe it wasn't Control 1, maybe it was Alt. Alt G, then C. Didn't work. Alt G, Alt C. Doesn't do anything. Alt G, Alt C. Nothing. Alt G, C. Nothing. Alt. No, this is saying, this is showing that I can hit one of those. I want that. Then G, then C. I can then click that. Do I have this? Okay, that's set up already. So my Wacom tablet is working fine. By the way, the stream is 2 hours 20 minutes, so I think I will wrap this up now. I think already this is quite good. So what is left is for me to be able to code on Windows, which is not needed this weekend. That's fine. The recording of this, I guess I will put on YouTube, but it's not a very interesting stream. In OBS, I still need to be able to show the chat properly. I will maybe experiment with this later today. That can be done next week. OneNote setup not done. Failed for now. Failed. Raise the mic volume gain to do. Well, I'm not happy with the amount of work, or maybe with the with what we achieved today during this stream. We did some work, but it wasn't very efficient. But that part of programmer's job, or maybe more of IT job, I really hate. And sometimes you waste hours, and later maybe you could do that thing in 5 minutes instead of 1 hour. But if you do it after several years, then you need to redo some steps and relearn it, re-Google it. All right, let me on the other monitor open my calendar. I can tell you when likely I will go live tomorrow. I don't think I have any preferences. So most likely tomorrow between my morning and early afternoon, maybe similar to the time from today, around noon of Europe, Polish time, I will go live and I will actually solve some problems, also to test if everything is okay with my C++ and Linux setup. And for today, this is everything. I'm happy that I forced myself to start the stream, because that's the hard part. Once the stream is going and you are doing some stuff, it's easy. It's hard to start. All right, so thank you everybody for watching and for helping me with stuff, in particular Okros. Thank you very much. But not only you. And have a good day, all of you. I think see you tomorrow, possibly on YouTube as well. See you, Gupta too. Bye, everybody.